Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to a reading for this week. You start with the Rider and also the Garden here. I'm using the Gilded Lenormand for this first row here. So the Rider, I feel like there could be some sort of message or, like information coming in for you here during this time. So that's one thing that's kind of popping into my head. The Rider can also represent love coming in for you. So if you want love, there could be love coming in for you. With the Garden, this would be about kind of like, I just get this energy of like protecting your space a little bit here, Virgo. Or, again, if you don't have a space, creating a space. And, that space could be about anything. It could be a creative space that you're trying to protect for yourself. It could just be personal space, right? Sometimes we need personal space. It could be anything, but I am getting the word space popping into my head on that card. So you could just be trying to protect your space. It could also be your brain space, which is actually what I'm feeling a little bit more with this reading. These two aces are very interesting coming up here. The Ace of Wands is kind of like a passionate new beginning, but I always say that the Ace of Wands to me can be that like spark of hope or that spark of inspiration, that sudden inspiration. The Ace of Swords would be the laser-like focus on it. Ace of Swords is a victory or success coming in for you, can also represent the truth, but I always look at the Ace of Swords as like needing to be laser-like focused on something that you desire to have in your life. And you can't have any wobble in that energy, you have to be only focused in that direction. So it's like sometimes I think we need to protect our ideas, or we need to protect our thoughts around something until we maybe lay a solid foundation. And that's kind of the energy I get here from this first part of the reading. You have the King of Swords. You could be attracting, by the way, clearly love going on here, right, with the Lovers and the Ace of Wands and all this. So you could be attracting someone who's like older than you. With the King of Swords, King of Swords type people usually have a lot of knowledge and wisdom as well. So it could be attracting a person who has a lot of knowledge and wisdom. I also feel that the King of Swords is saying that you are using your knowledge and wisdom on like a new idea, or an idea that you are protecting. And this looks really, really good to me here. It's kind of interesting as well. I'm getting a message here about like, I feel like you have already planted some seeds. It's like they're growing. They're not perfect, but they're growing. And I feel like you need to realize that. Like, let's say, recently I've been talking to you about how I really feel like Virgo is taking like an old skill and updating it or something like that, right? So it's like, let's say if you have been trying to do that, it's like you're getting results, but maybe not the results you want. I feel the King of Swords is saying, as long as you're getting results, keep going. Like, I feel like you've already done some things to bring your business or your career in a new direction. And I feel this is saying, as long as you're getting a little bit of result, keep going, The Garden and the Lenormand can represent growth, so there's clearly, and the Ace of Wands too, so, there's clearly growth happening. You have the Nine of Cups. Everybody's had the Nine of Cups during this period so far. I've done about half the readings, so, pretty interesting. The Nine of Cups says we really have to be in the energy of what we want, and then we will get it. A lot of readings have been talking about protecting our focus as well, so it seems to be a little bit of a collective energy. And again, I think what's important here, and especially in your reading with the Ace of Swords, is that you protect your focus. If you are focusing on an idea like get started, Too many times I've done it in my life where it's like I get super excited about an idea, and if I don't get started or at least take tiny little steps right away, then I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to talk myself out of it later. And I get that feeling with the Ace of Swords. This is saying, don't allow your inspirations to escape. Make sure that you take those tiny little steps to get started, and things will go very well. You have the Four of Swords. Four of Swords, of course, can represent resting, relaxing, recovering, and healing. It does look like a good healing time for you here, Virgo. So, if you're doing anything to heal yourself, I feel that would be a good thing. You're a Virgo, you're like the sign of health, so anything you do to improve your health, of course, would be a good idea. But let's see what's going on here for you with the King of Swords. You have the Two of Wands. I was going to say it earlier and I didn't, but, you could be attracting someone from a distance because of the Chariot right here. The Two of Wands can also represent something coming in the future as well. So if you don't want love, or if you don't have love right now, this Two of Wands could say this is something that's coming forward later on. Two of Wands would also represent getting out into the world, which I think everybody needs to do right now. I think everybody still needs to break the spell of COVID, right? And we all need to go do more things. And with the Nine of Cups, you have the Lovers. So you have the Lovers twice here. Definitely would be a very passionate connection. I mean, we see a lot of attraction with the Queen of Wands. If you're already in a connection, this looks very good, So there's that. If you're not in a connection, it also looks very good. There could be a very passionate connection coming in for you. I also feel that this could also represent a new path. The Lovers, if we look at the Lovers outside of love, it can represent being out of crossroads. That Ace of Wands would be an inspiring direction, like an inspiring new direction. The Ace of Wands is out with the old, in with the new. The Ace of Swords, usually we have to cut one thing out so that we can have something else. So it looks to me like you could be picking a new path. With the Four of Swords, you have the Fool. The Fool is about taking a leap of faith, and that's the thing. Maybe you've taken some time to heal in love, and it's like now you're ready for your new beginning in love, and that definitely could be true. The Fool, we just have to, take the leap, right? So I feel like a lot of you could be taking the leap of faith towards a new connection. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this Gemini card. It says, speak your truth. Ace of Swords, yes. It says, choose your words wisely. Remember that your words have consequences. You have the Soul family. It says, prepare to meet those who share a similar frequency level as you. So definitely a very good time of truth, Again, I say it all the time, it's like, why do you think we keep seeing all these celebrities getting exposed and things like that? And trust me, there will be a lot more in the future, in the very near future as well, because of probably Neptune and Pisces. Neptune and Pisces is a major delusion, illusion both, right? And so it's delusional and an illusion. And with Neptune moving into Aries in the time ahead, it's like we're breaking the illusion, and we've already seen a lot of truth coming out. There will be more. So, on a personal level, we just all have to live our truth. If there are things that are not part of your truth, stop doing those things and start doing what you want, and speak your truth and you will be fine. You have the Queen of Wands, the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. Queen of Wands, again, I feel like you're very attractive at this time, Virgo. That could be why there's a lot of love showing up in this reading. The Queen of Wands also, more importantly than that, she moves towards her goal. She moves towards the sun. She has this sunflower right here, and the sunflower points towards the sun, so she follows her inspirations. She follows her inner voice. Like that is her desire. She has this desire to go on a new journey in her life, and that's what she listens to. And that's definitely what I would listen to if I were you. With the Queen of Wands, you have the Ace of Wands again. On the Ace of Wands, we have this crumbling castle in the background here, and the Ace of Wands can represent out with the old, in with the new. I feel a lot of you could be having or starting new beginnings or having a new beginning, with the Ace of Wands. And that definitely could be a good thing for you. I also feel like there could be more growth coming in for you with the Ace of Wands. So I was getting the word growth on the garden card, and this, to me, it looks like growth, but it's like not perfect is what I feel like saying. But I also feel the reading is saying just keep going, keep iterating, keep trying new things because, I feel that you are entering into a period of growth, which is good. You have the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is the truth, so a lot of you could be expressing your truth. I do feel this is more about protecting your focus and needing to make sure there's no wobble, right? Needing to make sure that if you're focusing on a project or a new direction or even love, that you're not going back and forth, that you're staying focused in one direction. And that's all I get off of the Ace of Swords, but definitely could be a victory coming in for you. Yeah, damn, with the Queen of Wands you have the Ten of Pentacles. Really good. So 10 of Pentacles is everything you want and desire in your life. It doesn't mean you're going to have everything you want and desire, it just means that, this is a card of building, leaving a legacy. I always say that the 10 of Pentacles is something we will do forever. So, a lot of you could be seeing what this is, and again, when we can see it, we can work towards it. So sometimes I think that the 10 of Pentacles just says, as long as you have your vision, then you can move towards it and get there faster. So I feel pretty good about that. It's also a very good card for love. With the Ace of Wands, you have the Nine of Swords and the Sun, very contradictory energy in some ways. Like the Nine of Swords is misery basically, and the Sun is ultimate happiness. So, again, but I would say this is probably pretty good because we have the Ace of Wands. So you could be ending a miserable cycle in your life and stepping into the Sun, a much happier period of time, which of course would be a good thing. With the Ace of Swords, you have the Strength card. Yeah, I like to see this. With all the energy going on here, this would really say that all the work that you've been doing on yourself, like specifically that personal development type work, or, work on your emotions or whatever work you've been doing on yourself, really looks like it's being rewarded at this time. It's almost like saying to me the reading that you have earned something because of the difficulties that you've been through. You're earning something because you've grown spiritually, or your inner strength has grown, or you've conquered your inner voice, which the Strength card is all about. So very good. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this Loyal Heart card and this Co-Create card. Definitely a very good reading for love. So if you want love, then there could be a very strong connection coming in for you, and this could really be a person that kind of fills in the gaps. A person who really, you co-create with that Co-Create card. And, I kind of feel like the two of you are very different, which has come up for everyone since some time ago, that if you're attracting love, it's probably someone that is different than your usual type. Now, I will say we ended some long-term transits in Scorpio a while back. With some bigger planets going through Scorpio. And, I think that's the connection to love, and I think that's why love is changing now. People always tell me, like, love is worse than it's ever been. I'm like, yeah, that's true. But, I love Louise Hay, and she used to say, you have to see the dirt to be able to sweep it up in the first place. So, really weird. I think people, it looks like love is bad right now, and it has for a long time. But, I think, really what we're going through is cleaning up the dirt phase. And so, I think love will be improving in the near future, probably because we have all learned our lessons and we're just making better choices. We're picking different types of people, and, that's what the Two of Cups is all about. You have the Lovers as well. Again, very good. Two of Cups plus the Lovers I consider to be very positive for love for obvious reasons, but definitely could be a new connection coming in for you. Again, if you don't want love, and even if you do, I also feel a lot of you are feeling inspired by a new direction here with the Ace of Wands and the Sun. Any new directions that come in for you, I think, are going to be very beneficial. And now, as I've always said to you, Virgo, I don't really see Virgo making like this complete 360 or 180 or whatever you want to call it. I think a lot of you are still going to be kind of like doing the same thing work-wise or business-wise or, even if you're retired, whatever you do all day, right? But I feel like there are going to be changes in like the approach and also probably your story, which I'm pretty sure I've said to you before. Especially with that Strength card, it's like your identity is almost changing here. But it's not that your identity is changing. I think you are projecting the truth, right, with the Ace of Swords. You are projecting parts of yourself that maybe you have kept hidden, that are part of your truth. And so I think that is what is kind of changing about Virgo, but in a good way. It's like you're showing who you truly are. You have the Chariot. The Chariot can represent a victory or success, can also represent moving. I mean, we are in a very movement-heavy time. I've been saying this again for a long time now, that I really feel we're in a time where a lot of people will be moving. Just as what it is. I don't, whatever. The Chariot can also represent a victory by setting yourself apart, and that's what I feel like you're doing. Like in work or business, you could be doing things to make yourself unique so that you stand out, and then you make more money or you find more success because of it. So that looks amazing as well. With the Two of Cups, you have the Three of Pentacles. Co-creation. I mean, Three of Pentacles says teamwork makes the dream work. So definitely very good for connections and working towards the same goal. And so this is very good for love. It's also very good for business as well. Like if you're attracting a business partner, or if you're attracting new employees, you really could be attracting people who kind of have or share a similar vision, which is very good. So love it. With the Lovers, you have the Moon card here. So very different people, right? The Moon and the Sun are polar opposites. So you definitely could be attracting a different type of person into your life. Now, one thing I will say is I really don't like the Sun and the Moon together, but this reading is very positive, so we'll have to see what else comes up. But, it's like, tarot to me is like on a spectrum, right? It's like, I think the energy can be, here's negative, here's positive, and any card positive or negative can fall anywhere on that spectrum. Again, I believe that to be a responsible reader, you have to look holistically at the reading. So you have to take every single card into account that's on this table, and the cards are all, for the most part, very positive. So, I think that even though there could be some significant differences, that this would be positive overall. And again, for me as a reader, I think the sun and the moon, they're coming up like this just to illustrate the differences, like you are very different. With the Chariot, you have the Knight of Swords. Very good as well. The Chariot and the Knight of Swords can represent something happening quickly. So there definitely could be like quick success or quick movement happening for you with the Knight of Swords and the Chariot, or you could be charging towards a victory as well. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this dog. It says loyalty and determination. You have the ship. Says direction and journey on it. I feel you have been determined to change, and now you're finally seeing the results from your determination, and that's kind of the energy I get here. You have the Queen of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is a card of resourcefulness, or gathering your resources, using your resources. But in the good stuff, definitely could represent, more money or making more money, could also represent being more successful as well. You have the Five of Swords, which is all about taking a risk and kind of like, in the good stuff. So normally the Five of Swords can represent like a separation, a breakup, walking away from something. But again, in the area of the good stuff, this is going to be good no matter what. Then, it can represent needing to take a risk. This could be the risk of like putting yourself out there, the risk of taking a leap towards something, something like that. And that's what I get with the Five of Swords. You have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles again is work hard, play hard. So I feel that there could be a lot of opportunity for you to really like put the work into something here. Two of Pentacles is normally a card of spinning plates and being too busy, but, again, in the area of the good stuff, the Two of Pentacles kind of says that your hard work is paying off, which is great. So let's see here, Virgo, what else is coming up for you? With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Four of Swords. Four of Swords is resting, relaxing, recovering. And I do feel like a very chilled out energy here for you, Virgo. It's almost like you are more relaxed about your financial status, is kind of what I feel like saying. And I have found in life, like, if we're always freaking out about money, then we're not going to have money. If we are more relaxed about our financial status, usually our money improves, right? And that's kind of like the energy I get off of that Four of Swords. I feel like you're entering into a more relaxed place. With the Five of Swords, you have the Four of Cups. It's like finally getting something you want. The Four of Cups, he's been disappointed 3 times at least before. And, this is a card of contemplation and apathy. But now he's receiving a new offer, but he isn't accepting it in his life. Now, again, it looks to me like you are attracting like a very different type of person, like this is extra different. The Two of Cups always represent someone who's different than your usual type. I feel like maybe there's a more extreme difference between the two people here, you and someone else. And the Four of Cups in the good stuff would say you're going to accept the offer. So this could be very, very good for you here, Virgo. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Six of Cups. Six of Cups can represent a soulmate. Six of Cups can also represent a turnaround in your energy. So I always look at the Six of Cups as a gift from the universe. And usually the gift we receive from the Six of Cups is a turnaround, meaning like obstacles are being removed from our life. So you could be experiencing a turnaround or like certain obstacles being removed here, which is good. But let's see. You have this Authority card. I feel a lot of you, this has to do with your identity like we were saying earlier. I feel that your identity, you are like identity shifting basically here, and you are stepping into your true self. And this could be, putting you in positions of authority. This could be making you stand out as a leader. You have the Two of Wands. Two of Wands is all about taking the lead. So if you've ever thought about like becoming an authority, like a leader, or maybe you want to be an authority on social media or something like that, very good energy. The whole reading is good for that, so love it. You have this Independence card. I don't know, you're a Virgo, you are independent, so I don't know. I feel like you're just doing what you do, that's it. You have this Publicity card. It's an amazing time for publicity for everyone. And you have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is getting attention on the work that you've already done. So a lot of you have the opportunity to get attention on work that you have done. Now, you have to make sure that you are getting attention on things that you've already done. So if you have an opportunity to show your work to a boss or a mentor or something, you never know what that attention could lead to. If you are wanting to start a social media or, get attention on your art or something else you do, like now is the time because this publicity energy exists. Next you have this Friendship card. Again, all this love stuff, if you don't want love, it doesn't have to be love. Could be a friendship, like a very close friendship that's coming in for you. This would be something more supportive, and that's kind of what I feel from the reading in general, is that there's like something supportive or something that is really kind of like lifting you up more. And, that's what I get coming in for you with this reading. So that looks good. And finally, you have this flirtation card. Yes, the whole entire reading basically says that there is love coming in for you. So it could start off very flirtatious and playful. And Six of Cups is usually something that starts a little bit more playful if we're talking about a new connection. So it could just be you flirting with a person, kind of being playful, seeing where it goes. And, one thing leads to another. But again, I think this is like two people who do have some sort of extreme difference. I'm not sure what it is yet. I'm not sure what it is at all, but, sometimes two very different things can work together. So, looks good to me. But this reading looks good, the whole thing. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.